What is happening, guys? MLB main slate. It is Wednesday, September 8th. It's your main man, Matt, rocking it solo from the DFS 5-pack. Ready to crush it. We will have football vids coming fast and furious this afternoon. Ryan and I will be on those together. Can't wait. And until the meantime, or in the meantime, excuse me, let's crush some MLB. So let me screen share this and we will just dive in. I like this slate quite a bit at, first, second, third glance. So as far as pitching options go, Freddie Peralta, most expensive pitcher on the slate. Man, hard to want to spend, 10-2 on him right now. Not in the greatest form. He didn't pitch great in his return from the IL. Got taken out after only 53 pitches. The Brewers have a huge lead in the Central. I'm not really seeing it with Peralta here. I don't think he's crazy at all, and he's not playing any ownership. So, with Yu Darvish coming in as chalk, pivoting to basically anyone else makes sense. But nothing about Peralta specifically makes me love him here. Shane McClanahan. I like this kid's arm. Hasn't had the greatest outings the past two times out. Just saw Boston. Struggled to want to spend close to 10K on him in this spot. Eovaldi, pretty much the same thing. I liked him a lot in that Cleveland start. And, man, he was awesome and then kind of fell apart towards the end. Not looking to pick on Tampa, at all. The only case for these guys is the same case that I said about Peralta. Yu Darvish coming in is, big-time chalk. And, man, he has just not been it recently. Got hit up twice hard by Arizona. And they were just crushing the ball against him. He was okay against the Dodgers. He pitched well in that other Arizona start, so that's encouraging. And now he gets an Angels team that is awful. Probably no Ohtani, at home. Darvish makes a ton of sense, but at that high ownership, man, I'm cautious just because of his recent form. The other guy pulling in quite a bit of ownership is Frankie Montas. I'm a Montas fan. I've been a Montas fan for years. His stuff is good. He was pretty good last time out against the Tigers. And I think he's a fine option here. I'm not excited about it. The White Sox are legit. One of the best offenses in baseball. And I'm surprised he's getting so much love. But then when you look at the other options, it makes sense. Kyle Gibson, no thanks. Can make the same argument for him as Eovaldi and McClanahan and Peralta. That's just getting different, but nothing about them stand out personally. Alek Manoah. Not trying to use him here in a tough spot against the Yankees. He was really good in that first start against the Yankees. I don't see it here, although his upside, I would use him over Gibson personally, just because of his upside alone, even if the matchup's a little bit scarier. Mitch White. Not really interested in White at this price point. Wainwright, and he's having a good year. I think Wainwright's interesting here. Pulling a little bit of ownership, but nothing drastic. Really good at home. He's been good everywhere recently. Excuse me. The spot is tough for sure against the Dodgers, but he's also discounted. Check out the price tags he's been at, and now he's 8,100. Yeah, I can see using Wainwright here. I actually like him a good amount. I could see going to the Dodgers stack against him too because they're the Dodgers and they're awesome, but I kind of lean the Wainwright side right now, just given how the pitching plays out. Vladimir Gutierrez, this is a classic case like Wainwright versus Gutierrez. Gutierrez is in the much better spot, but Wainwright's the much better pitcher. So can kind of make cases for both those guys in different regards. Touki Toussaint, I see nothing wrong with using Touki here. He got hit up a little bit by Colorado in Colorado. That's okay. In course. 7,300, nice price tag. Decent spot, decent to good spot. Sure. Luis Heel. Nah, just not the spot for Heel. Although he's cheap for his upside, just can't really do it there. Mike Minor. He's getting a lot of love too. He's coming in right after Darvish and Montas is the clear cheap guy because of his price tag. I'm not excited about it. I guess if you need a pitcher in this price range, but Baltimore is not bad offensively. I see no reason we have to use Minor in this spot. Alec Mills, no thanks. Sean Nolan, no. Keuchel, no. Harvey, no. Ortega, no. This is a bullpen game, so probably not going there. So, again, if I'm building one lineup right now, give me Waino at 8,100. And then Man, like I like Montes a lot, and he's been better than Darvish recently. But I love the spot for Darvish, so we'll throw Darvish in there for now. I feel okay about using him. I'm a huge Darvish fan, so I'll go down with him, if so to speak. As far as offenses go, good offenses on this slate. No great offensive spots, but good offensive spots like all over. So starting with KC at Baltimore, you got KC, who's in a really good spot against Matt Harvey, getting a lot of ownership. It makes sense. Salvador Perez. I used them last night. They were very underwhelming. They're still very affordable. Alberto Mondesi, 4,400. Yeah, that makes sense tonight. It's a stack that, especially you want in cash games and in tournaments, they're going to be popular. So just know that. I'll probably get away from them here personally. The Orioles. I pretty much love. That puts them in play for me. They got a bunch of righty power, starting with Mountcastle and Mancini. I almost said them together. They got like Santander, Austin Hayes. Not the most exciting stack, but against a chalky minor, I don't hate it. Yankees and Jays. Looks like the the Jays are getting a good amount of love here, and it makes sense. Peel, while he's been good, is still young. There's a bunch of good pitchers on the slate. The Blue Jays are hot right now also, and they're affordable. Vlad, Simeon is on fire. I mean, he's having quite a year. Yeah, check the game. Like, he is just locked in, completely locked in. Their lineup's attractive, so I get why they're getting love. And then the Yankees, though, like, I think this is a tough spot for Manoah. I think one of these games the Yankees are going to bust out. I could easily see it tonight. Give me this unowned Yankee stack. They haven't been great recently, but I think we see their lineup like back in full force this evening, and I'm interested. I don't think they're in the best spot on paper, but they're not going to get any love, and that intrigues me for sure. Tampa Bay and Boston. So Tampa Bay has just gone nuts recently. I mean, this lineup is Nelson Cruz again. LOL. Wow, they moved him again. He is on a tear as well. Man, Tampa. I'm an Eovaldi fan. Like, I think he's pretty good, but they are going to get no love here. And anytime they're getting no love, they're in play. Kind of like Toronto, but man, their lineup's even deeper than Toronto's at this point. After they made those moves and called up Wander Franco, now they're bringing up the one of their better hitting prospects, Josh Lowe, Nate's brother. I mean, this dude has big power, speed, upside. He's getting the call up tonight. Like, he's immediately in play. Makes me like the stack more, hoping people aren't really on him. Tampa, I like Eovaldi, but again, he fell apart towards the end of last game, and Tampa is awesome. So I can see going there. And as far as Boston goes, kind of the same thing. Like, I'd rather pick on McClanahan than Eovaldi, I think. But it's close, and Tampa's just better than Boston. Boston's no slouch, but their lineup is not as good as Tampa's, just plain and simple. That said, their stack is still widely in play though. Kind of reminds me of like the Yankees and Dodgers here. Just two really good offenses in tougher spots. As far as the Dodgers go, clearly I like Wainwright, but we'll get there. Washington and Atlanta. Sean Nolan against Tukey. I'm interested in Tukey here. I don't think you're crazy to look at some Washington bats because Tukey is far from perfect by any means, any stretch of the imagination. You want to use a Juan Soto, Josh Bell, stack these guys, do your thing. Probably not where I go. The Braves look appealing. They're going to get a little bit of love. It makes sense. Duvall at 4,200. Soler really cheap at 39. I mean, he's just mispriced there, so he makes a lot of sense. Then you got the usual suspects, Freeman and Albies. I get the Braves here. Albies crushes lefties. He's red hot also. Yeah, it's hard to get away from him. If I had to pick, two guys from the Braves, Albies and Soler. Just Albies red hot, crushes lefties, and Soler not red hot, but also crushes lefties and cheap. All right, Reds and Cubs. Vlad Gutierrez against Alec Mills. Two mediocre pitchers at best. The Cubs just suck, so I'm not really looking to use the Cubs here. I'd use Gutierrez over the Cubs probably in this spot, with them getting a little bit of love, even though I don't think Gutierrez is very good. And the Reds, I could be talked into. I see no problem with the Reds. They don't jump out to me, so I'm not like, oh, I need to roster all Reds. But yeah, I mean, I think they're fine for sure. Their lineup looks appealing in this spot, and I think they're in play, if nothing else. Just a solid in-play team. All right, Milwaukee and Philly. So Freddie Peralta against Kyle Gibson. Peralta has not been good recently. I expect him to pitch better today, and I'm not really looking to pick on him here. Milwaukee, has a good bullpen. That's it. They've won like slates recently, and Peralta's been bad recently. They're going to get no love. So if I were like 150 max entering, I'd have some Philly. I won't get there in like, my 3-entry max or whatever, just because I don't see the need. And as far as Milwaukee goes, Gibson was not good last time out. The bullpen did him no favors, letting all his inherited runs in. Milwaukee's fine, but there's other offenses I just like more. I won't get there in like my small entry maxes. Dodgers and Cardinals. So I like Wainwright, but the Dodgers are in play. They're going to not get a lot of love, and they're really good. So if you like the other side of this, do your thing. Justin Turner, way too cheap, 4,300. They're still just really cheap. So that's the case for them. Wainwright's also cheap, so I prefer that side. As far as the Cardinals go, I guess kind of like the Brewers. Not as appealing as a team like the Reds. Not that far off, but not as appealing. They got some nice power pieces that are cheap. O'Neill, he shows upside a lot at that price point. Arenado, Goldie. More looking like mini stacks one-offs here, not a team I'm looking to full stack. Angels and Padres. So you've got a chalky Yu Darvish, and this is another one. If I were like making 150 lineups tonight, I'd have some Angels, but I won't get there in my small fields. Just no need. I think Darvish turns it around tonight. He's a really good pitcher. He's not in a good stretch, but I still really, like him a lot and think he's one of the better pitchers in baseball. So I'll keep going back there until I hear something's wrong. Hopefully nothing's wrong. And as far as the Padres go, what a big letdown last night. They were awful. Now they get a bad Angels bullpen. They just haven't been great, though. I think they're going to get a little too much love. They've had a couple good games recently, but, man, I don't know. I don't really like them here. They did me dirty last night, so they'll probably go off tonight, but not where I'm going to land. And last but not least, Oakland against the White Sox. I'm not really looking at the White Sox here. They're legit. So, like, against the chalky Montas, probably use them over, like, the Angels. But I think the leverage is more real with the Angels, so I think it's close, to be honest. Not looking to use the White Sox here, although it wouldn't be the craziest play in the world. I remember a game earlier in this year, day game Montas against Barrios, I think, that a ton of runs, but way before Barrios got traded. This was way earlier in the year. And, it wouldn't be the craziest thing to see Montas let up runs here, but I'm going to side with with the Montas side in that spot, not use the White Sox. Much more interested in Montas himself. But I am interested in Oakland against Keuchel, who he's not very good anymore. He's still like kind of getting by. Actually, he's not really at all. And he spoke before that KC started, like he really needed to turn it around and start pitching better. Clearly that did not happen. He's not getting as many ground balls as he once was, allowing a lot more hard contact and power. Oakland's got a lethal lineup. I think one of these games are going to break out. I like them quite a bit here, and they will not get a lot of love. So I think that the Yankees and the A's stand out to me. And then the Reds, Braves, and Royals. The Royals won't in cash games. And then like the Reds, Braves, I guess some Blue Jays in cash games. And yeah, I like some Rays in tournaments too, just because they're red hot and not going to get any love. But pretty wide open slate. No spots that like stand out. Bunch of good spots. No great spots. But excited for it. I'll be around if you got questions. If you want more content, more write-ups, more videos, any of that stuff, come check out the DFS 5-pack. We'd love to have you, and we'll have some NFL content out today. Thanks a lot, guys.